Fellas, we're back in brewing and already the day has gone to shit. I was planning to brew Saturday and that day just got scrapped. So Sunday I thought, right, get up, crack of dawn, get up at like 7, which I did. Get the water on, get back in bed for like, an hour or something like that, so it just settles out. And then crack on, because Abby's going to work in the afternoon, so I've got to get done and tidied up. Came in, got the HLT on, and oh dear. Oh friggin' dear. Yep. Oh, that's right. Look at the melty. So this plug for the HLT, which was the same plugs we were using for the boil pot, did the same thing after the boil pot, and that's when we swapped it out for this one. The big boy here. So I had to quickly take it apart, rewire it with the right plug. And for now, until I can get the power side of the plug, I'm using I'm going to just have to use the boil pot power to do the HLT, and then just plug her into the boil pot when we're doing the boil. But that was the calamity we had this morning. So now it's around 9:30, and then the printer wouldn't print the shit off. So anyway, we're doing a Mosaic pail. We have 5 kgs of Marisotta. We have 400 grams of flaked barley, and then we have 110 grams of crystal 40. Bastard. The friggin' pumps are chooching. Well, one is recirculating the HLT, which is being represented today by the boil pot, and we are at temps for doing in. But what we need to do is, for the first time here, we are doing water additions. That's going into the mash, and then we can get the mash underway. Let's crack on. So we have some calcium sulfate. Get a spoon, you goop. Huh? 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 Oh, on the fucking nose. On the nose. The old magnesium sulfate, we want 12.18 grams. Oh, that'll do. 5.49. That'll do, mate. Bit of chalk. And last but not least, a bit of sodium carbonate. 3.28 grams of. 3.28 grams. So small. I don't know what I'm fucking about at. 3.29. That'll do. That'll do. So that's it, fellas. First water additions here at the brewery. Friggin' rights. So we had 38 litres in the HLT. We're mashing in with 15 litres, so we want to leave 23 litres in the HLT, and then we can boost her back up with water, turn on the elements, so we can recirculate. But I'm just looking forward to seeing that all dissolve. Still sparging, fellas, but she's maintaining a nice steady little runoff. Oh my goodness! So we've collected in the boil pot. 26 litres is what we want, and that's what we've got. Now, we talked about the salt additions that have gone into the mash. We're done with that. The boil is getting up to temps. We're at 67 degrees. So before we get to where we need to be with the boil, let's run through the hoppage to this Mosaic Pale Ale. We'll give her the game away. Okay, Mosaic. Mosaic is the hop of the day. The hop scheduling goes like this: 5 grams of Mosaic going in at 60 minutes, and then nothing until there's 15 minutes left on the boil, 20 grams, and then when there's 5 minutes left, 35 grams. And then we were going to do a Whirlpool steep at 25 grams, so hopefully that'll turn out quite well. We're going to ferment her out with 2 packs of USO4. Dry hopping is going to be 40 grams of Mosaic at dry hop. But before the boil gets underway, I'm going to give her a stir up, because I've forgotten, and take a pre-boil Gravatatari. See what we've got? We're at 10:46, want 10:48, so we're going to have to watch her towards the end of the boil, make sure we hit our numbers there. Nice boil on there, fellas. So I'm going to put in a measly 5 grams of hops. Right then. Let's get the 15-minute edition in. Oh, friggin' right. Smells absolutely friggin' awesome. Timer set for another 10 minutes, and then the 5-minute edition will go in. I must say, every time I use Mosaic, I fall in love with it again. Right, time to add the 35 grams, fellas, of Mosaic for 5 minutes, and then we can start whizzing around, chilling her down to 80. Right, we're done with the boil. I'm going to open her up and start goosing her through the pump. We've got a bit of a whirlpool on. Right, we're at 80 degrees, so lid's coming off, and the Whirlpool edition's going in, which is this bad boy. Oh, friggin' right. Oh, careful. As I chucked in the hops for the Whirlpool, and it sucked some through the pump, heard a bit of a gurgle, and it just spat them out the other end. Just a bit of a that was it, running smoothly. I think them chunks that went through the solar pumps, it would have given me a bit of a headache, I think. But we're still running. Oh yeah. I'll set the timer, and then we'll put the chiller back on. Right, meows. We're at pitching temps. Damn straight we are. There's some marvellous foamage happened in there. Oh, just friggin' look in there. Emerald City. Right, so we're going to get tooting into this bucket. I think you can sump that, can't you? Final tests for the pump then. We are open and we are ready to start goosing. Right, now, for a couple of reasons, I'm doing something different in here. It's because of this USO 4. Okay, so let's get her in bed first. She's in. Now a lot of you already do this, and that is to friggin' tape the probe for the STC to the side of the fermenter, and I've never done that. I was talking to Harry and he had got a couple of off flavours that we're using USO 4 with, and he said the next beer he does is going to remove the probe from the water and tape it to the fermenter, because he thought that the USO 4 was getting a little bit too warm and giving him some slight off flavours. So since we're using USO 4, I'm going to do the same and see how she works. Look at all that hop I brought through. So yeah, I know there'll be people out there saying we told you so. We do that all the time. Alright fellas, I'm just going to do a recap now on how the day's gone while we're still chilling, 55 degrees, because as soon as it's done and it's in the fermenter, I've got to be cleaning up and got in the house because Abby's off to work. Using the pumps, the new Brew Pump 3000s in tandem for the day has been awesome to not have to think, what if I get a blockage, or what if one packs up. I know that can happen with any pump, but just seeing the size of them and how they're built, it gives you a bit more confidence. So having them running for the day has been a weight lifted off my shoulders, thinking that something might go wrong, and they've worked impeccably well, I must say, at least for this brew. Having the controls leading straight out the pump on the ball valves has been fantastic. The fact that they're screwed solidly to the bench means that I can tussle with them, move them about without them falling out of the holes that we cut in the wood. Can you remember for the solar pumps where they were just sort of wedged in with some rubber around to keep friction on them? But the added control of the ball valves has been really good. In fact, it meant that when I was changing the pipes around, which I normally do, I can just turn off the ball valve completely, and I know that when I'm undoing from the bottom, I haven't got all the stuff coming from the top that's left in the pipes and stuff like that. It's just been a real help having them on there like that. The fact that they're stuck out a little bit has been brilliant, because I can get a bucket underneath, so when I am changing pipes over, anything that drops out is dropping straight to the bucket, which is another added bonus. And the thing that was a bit of a struggle on the boil side for the pumps, on the solar pumps, when I was running off into the boil pot, and the way I was controlling it, because I didn't have the ball valves on the pump, was to pull the dimmer switch right down so it was trickling. The only trouble is that it sort of lost its trickle, and then when you adjusted the flow to keep it going, it would sort of agitate the pump and agitate stuff coming out of the mash tun a lot of the time. I had these new pumps running into the boil pot, and it was just a constant steady flow. I could have it to a drip if I wanted to, and just maintain that drip for the full sort of runoff. So things like that, where you have the added control of what's happening, have been a big bonus. I'm going to throw a few more brews through them and then probably update you on what I think about them. If you want that video up after I've run sort of 4 or 5 beers through it, or 4 or 5 brews through it, should I say, then let me know, leave a comment below. Yeah, I'm going to have to sort this out properly. As you can see, there's a whacking great hole in the faceplate for this back box, which covers the element wires. It ain't going to be like that. I'm going to have to get a new back box, drill a hole through it, and sort it out properly. And get another one of these for this little stubby bit down here that you probably can't see, the wire that's sort of shut off and taped up. I'm going to do a video on that. If you're interested in it, that's what's going to happen. So, been a good day, apart from the plug melting on me. I'm hoping this Mosaic pail is going to be really Mosaic-y. I know that sounds obvious, because that's the only hop in it. But with the added water additions that we've put in, I'm hoping to see a big difference in that hop bounding out the glass. And of course, I'm excited to do the follow-up, and I'm going to follow this one through. It's going to be a start of another playlist, but the final thoughts, final tasting video, I'm really looking forward to that, just to see if we need to tweak anything in Beersmith for the water additions. Yeah, can't wait. Frankie! that's about it. So I'm going to film the rest of this and get in the friggin' house and watch my little girl. That's a what?
What's that?
It's a camera.
Oh.
Have you got something round your face?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Are you sure?
Nothing.
Looks
Nothing.
Like, it looks like tomato soup.